Hey there, matchmakers. This is another Cupid training. I am Ken, the CEO of Cupid, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to talk about how LinkedIn can help you build your matchmaking practice. But first off, what is Cupid? So Cupid is the world's first matchmaking app. You can join for free, or you can hire a matchmaker to help you search, screen, and select matches for you. And by the way, anyone can become a matchmaker. And if you're interested, you can scan the QR code in the top right of this video to become a matchmaker. So one more thing I want to tell you before we get into the training is that we are launching a leaderboard that has a top prize of $1,500 for the matchmaker that invites the most singles to our platform. So remember, as a matchmaker, when you have a client, you need to invite more singles to possibly find them their match. So we're making some reward systems. So we're so excited to launch that and excited to see how many folks you can bring on to the Cupid community. Let's talk about LinkedIn. So you might think of LinkedIn as something you're looking for a job, but actually LinkedIn is one of the largest professional networks in the world. But what is LinkedIn? It is used by so many professionals to keep track of global news, employment, and business. Why this matters is often at work, people will have LinkedIn open. It's a trusted resource to hear from other professionals what's going on in the industry and an adult space. It's not really made for gossip or like scantily clad pictures, but it's made to better yourself. It's made for development and fulfillment. There's 180 million people in the US alone who have LinkedIn. That is a massive percentage of our population. A lot of Americans are on LinkedIn. And by the way, they are not unwealthy. So average LinkedIn user is $75,000 or more. What does that tell you as a matchmaker? These people could afford your services to subscribe to you to help them find matches. So relationship conversations are uncommon on LinkedIn, which means it could be a really interesting place to talk about things outside of work. A new common thing is work-life balance. What do you do outside of work? What fulfills you? And how does that influence your work and your professional life? It's actually a great place to discuss being single and moving for work, or like how do you find full life fulfillment and be more productive in work. A relationship is a really valuable aspect to that. Affluent users, as mentioned before, have the ability to pay for your services. So as a matchmaker, you can't really matchmake for free. It would defeat the purpose, it'd be a lot of your time investment, and you wouldn't make any money. So the idea is, whether this is a side hustle or a full-time job for you as a matchmaker, you want to find people who can afford this. They say, yes, I will give you my monthly subscription because you provide me value. So you want to kind of hunt in places where you can find these affluent and wealthy people. Plus, the biggest thing about Cupid is it is a time saver. Why is someone hiring a matchmaker to go help them find dates and find connections? Best answer, professionals are busy, and they're going to value the time that you invest to find their match. Really, when you're asking someone to subscribe to you and work with you, what you're saying is it worth $100 a month to you, Mr. Client or Miss Client, for me to do work for you? What would the value be if I were to set you up on 2 or 3 dates on an average month that were way better experiences than any other date you've been on recently on a free platform? Is it worth the subscription? Please subscribe. So understanding those pieces is really important, and this is why LinkedIn is a really interesting network for that. How do you join LinkedIn? You can join LinkedIn 100% for free. Just go to linkedin.com. If you don't already have a LinkedIn, go on there. It's pretty easy. You'll be prompted to start connecting and making some connections. You'll learn a lot more about LinkedIn once you try it out. But then what? So what I want you to do is I'm going to welcome you to add Cupid to your LinkedIn profile. Here's why. If you want to be taken seriously as a matchmaker, whether you have 1 client or 100 clients, people don't need to know those specifics. They just need to understand that you take this seriously. And even if you have a full-time job, I have had many jobs where I'm a coach or I'm a consultant or I do other things. I have my own side hustle. You can put all of those on your LinkedIn, and usually most employers don't have a problem with it. So I welcome you as the CEO of Cupid. Please put that you are a Cupid matchmaker on your profile, because we would love for you to use that link. Whenever someone clicks that link on your Cupid profile, make sure it takes them back to your unique link. Because remember, if you have people that see your LinkedIn profile that say, oh yeah, let me use this link to sign up for Cupid, you get rewarded for that. Don't forget. Next, on LinkedIn, you're going to want to get active. There's groups, there's communities, there's discussions, there's all these different things. There's tons of stuff about work-life balance and home life and moving to new cities and the difficulty of that work provides. And I think matchmakers could create some really interesting things there. There's also another big opportunity here, and that's with HR. Honestly, if you learn more about how technology companies and companies like hire with recruiters, it's a big problem when they have to bring someone to a new city, especially if they're single. You might be an amazing resource for HR departments or recruiters to actually be an added service that the company pays you as a matchmaker to help their new hires get set up on some dates. Sounds like a great company benefit to me. So just consider some of that. You might want to think about on LinkedIn finding groups that you resonate with. Find opportunities to talk about life outside of work. Obviously, relationships and matchmaking is not going to be associated directly with their actual work, so you want to find opportunities outside of that. Next big piece is LinkedIn is built on connections. So it's very much who you know, and you'll be able to see like how it connects and your first degree connection, second degree connection, third degree connection. So just understand that referrals are key. So no matter who you're talking to or commenting on or discussing or you network with, you can add them on LinkedIn and you say, hey, just so you know, this is what I do as a matchmaker. I help people search, screen, and select potential matches for people who are ready to meet their person. That's a great elevator pitch, right? And you might say, hey, I understand you're married or you're not dating or whatever your situation is, but do you know anyone you could refer me to? Do you have any connections at your company who might be interested in working with a matchmaker? It's a great ask for a referral. So that's this training for on Kupid training for LinkedIn. All I'll ask you to do is come join us on Discord. You can scan this QR code here. You'll be able to talk to me and our community manager live and meet several hundred other matchmakers who are already on our platform. We are so excited to have you guys, and I look forward to seeing you post on LinkedIn. And feel free to add me as a connection on LinkedIn